There is.
Can you point to it with the pointer? There's a pointer right in front of you.
Right.
Okay. And in this frame, where's building S?
Building S is over here to the right, to the left.
And the road that we see that there's now a red line on, what road is that?
This part here is Village Avenue Extension. This is Rogers Road where they come connect at the bus stop.
She cannot hear you. I can tell by the way that she's shaking her head. You're going to have to say that one more time into the microphone. Just say it again.
The road on the right is Village Avenue Extension. The road on the left is Rogers Road, and they come together at the bus stop.
In this frame, do you see a pathway to the Celia at Azul apartment complex?
I do.
Where is the pathway? Is that where the individual is coming out of at this point that we see in the frame?
Yes,
And is there another pathway to that apartment complex?
there is.
Can you show us that one as well? Okay, so that's further back. And if a person were to continue walking down Rogers Road, where would you end up?
At the very end,
Yes.
it makes a turn to the right, and it goes down to Village Avenue.
And is there a bigger road that is near here? Like, where's 10?
Loop 10 is back here.
Okay, thank you. This bus stop, is that a University of Georgia bus stop?
It is.
I am going to pause at 6:53. In this frame at 6:53, do you see apartment 114 in building S?
I do.
Can you please point it out to the court? So it's the lit up door at the bottom floor of building S.
It's the southernmost tip of the building. I'm going to stop it at 6:54. First of all, in the
entire hour that this individual is around this area, does he ever talk to anyone?
No.
Ever engage with any person?
No.
Do you see from 6:52 to 7:54 this individual go to the Building S door?
Yes.
In that time frame, how many times does that person go to the door? And we're going to see them each time.
6 times.
And can you see on your video of those 6 times how many times that person actually opens the screen door?
Twice.
And the nature of this footage, how would you describe this footage? Is it great, grainy? I mean, how would you describe this?
At times it is good quality, at other times it is a little grainy.
Why is that? Is that just a function of the camera?
Yeah, it's connected cellularly, so sometimes when there's motion, it the quality gets better, but then when there's no motion, it kind of, the quality disappears a little bit.
And did you make screenshots of this still video at some point in your investigation?
Yes.
I'm going to hand you what's been marked for identification purposes. States Exhibit 85, States Exhibit 84. Do you recognize those items?
I do.
What are they?
There are pictures of the individual that was seen walking around the building.
And are those some of the screenshots that you made?
Yes.
The state would move to admit States 285 and 284.
Any objection? No, sir. They're admitted.
And were you all, or were you, in your investigation, attempting to identify the clothing and items that this person was wearing?
Yes.
And in your review of this video, were you able to see, first of all, gloves?
Yes.
Can you point to those? What color are they?
Black.
Were you able to see a cup?
Yes.
Can you point to that? And then were you able to see a bag? And it may not be best in this video at this point, but in one of your still shots, can you see a bag?
Yes, I can.
Can you please, I'm going to just show it to the court. Is it where my finger is?
Yes.
Okay, that just means the way to do it. Oh, is that a better view of the bag now?
Yes, it is.
All right, at 6:54. At 6:58, what door did that individual just walk by?
114.
What are we seeing at 7:01?
We see him walking up to 114, And he's standing in front of the door. Now he's opening this outer screen door of the apartment. Now he walks back behind the building.
And now our next.
This footage of him lurking around early in the morning. Remember, this is 6:54 a.m. those clips we're looking at here. So we know Laken Riley goes on the run a little bit after 9 a.m. This is supportive of the prosecution's opening statement where they said Jose Ibarra was out hunting for females, dressed in all black, lurking around. What a creep. This is predatory behavior we're seeing right here, and it's all captured on video. We're gonna hit a break. When we come back, you're gonna see video of Laken Riley running on the trail cam, a lot of emotion coming from the courtroom as members of the gallery are seeing her alive and well in the minutes before she was murdered.
The case of Susan Smith.
The convicted killer became infamous after drowning her two young sons and then trying to mislead the public into thinking that they had been kidnapped. Now here we are. This woman is up for parole.
It's all about justice for Michael and Alex.
I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure you stay behind bars.
The Susan Smith parole hearing. Live coverage Wednesday morning, 8/7 Central on Court TV.
Welcome back to Court TV Live. I'm Julie Grant. We're seeing evidence that supports the state of Georgia's contention that Jose Ibarra was a predator out hunting for women on February 22nd, 2024. He was dressed in all black, had a hoodie up over his head, the black hat on, the Adidas hat we've seen, black pants, and he's creeping around an area that we're going to see in a moment. Laken Riley comes running on. Now, 7:54 a.m. was the timestamp on the last bit of video, and you see him go back into the building. He ducks down, and he's not seen on that video anymore. Now, let's look what we see. We see Laken Riley out on that jog at 9:05 a.m.
What do we see here at 7:54?
7:54, he had, from that 51, he had gone back behind the building and come back to the front of the building, and he was standing at the door.
And do you see him open the door here
Yes,
at 7:54?
yes.
And what does he do right there at 7:54?
He is ducking down.
What direction is he going now?
Back behind the building.
And we just lost 2 minutes. We're now at 7:56. So you described he ducks down at 7:54.
Correct,
He goes to the back of the building,
correct.
and then you don't see him again until 7:56. Is that right? So there's 2 minutes that we don't see in this clip because we're not going to sit here for all this time, where you don't see him on camera.
That's right.
So you see him again at 7:56, and in which direction is he going now?
He's going to south,
Towards.
the IM fields. And here he disappears into the woods. There's no path there, just woods that he goes into.
Okay, and I'm going to stop it here. So in this time period from 6:52 to 7:54, we've just watched all of that. Do you see, first of all, is this person alone or with someone?
Alone.
And have you watched in all of your hours of video review in this case, have you seen Diego Ibarra?
No,
Okay. In this time period?
no.
Okay. Have you seen him before?
Yes.
As a matter of fact, you swapped him, and we're going to talk about that, right?
Correct.
Do you know what Diego Ibarra looks like?
I do.
And have you looked for him in all of these videos that you have reviewed?
Yes.
And on the 22nd day of February 2024, you ever see Diego Ibarra on this trail cam?
No.
Now I want to move on to the other clips, and then we're going to go back to your last clip that you made, okay? So what time are we at now?
9:05 a.m.
What part of the trail are we on?
This is Millage Avenue Extension as it's coming towards the bus stop.
What time? You said 9:05 a.m.?
Yes,
And do you recognize that individual we see in the screen?
I do.
Who is that?
That is Laken Riley.
Do you see what, if anything, she has in her left hand?
She is holding her phone in her left hand.
What direction is she running?
She's running south.
And was that also in the direction of the IM fields?
It is. She now went east towards the IM fields and the railroad tracks.
At 9:06 and 49 seconds?
Yes.
Okay. And now we are at a different time period. What time period are we at?
11:36 a.m.
What part of the trail are we on?
This is Millage Avenue Extension.
And do you recognize those two individuals that we now see in the frame at 11:36 a.m.?
I do.
Have you met them before?
I have.
And what are their names?
Sophia Magana and Lily Steiner.
And the dog is?
Champ.
Okay. Is that Sophia's dog?
It is.
Which direction are they going?
They're going south.
Now what time are we at?
11:55 a.m.